You see what your faculty have put together. Basically, they're saying we are going to offer a unique educational opportunity to our students like none other out there. And we are going to achieve the kind of visibility and reputation and academic excellence like none other. We're going to have 5 interdisciplinary areas. These are lenses through which your programs, your degrees will be put together and come through. And therefore, these areas will provide a kind of a coherence that you will find in this institution. And we also want to be able to guarantee that when you walk out of here as a Miss Graduate, you're going to have the competencies that will get you hired and be able to do the job. It's what we need to do for you, it's what you're here for, but more importantly, it is going to sustain you throughout your life. Recent surveys show that a college graduate would likely go through 6 or 7 career changes in a working life, and maybe more into the future, just because the marketplace changes all the time, because of the global interactions really impact on us in very real ways. So we don't just want to look at tomorrow for you, but we want to look at the long haul. The world does not go along academic disciplinary borders. They do not say, you know, you are a policymaker, that's it, or you're a business major, that's it. Just look at what's been happening on Wall Street and on Main Street recently. It is that kind of knowledge, that kind of skills, that kind of capability of dealing with situation, analytical capability, data gathering, knowledge forming, abilities to listen, to understand, and to interact, and to connect the dots. That's what you're here for, and that's what we want to move towards. But one of the things that we were very, very encouraged by was 2 months after this piece of paper was disseminated on this campus, over 30 new course proposals were submitted by your faculty members that are interdisciplinarily focused, and really were intending to break down the barriers to you. I have been in my office for 3 years listening to students coming in and saying, well, why is it so hard for me to take across the school? Why is it that we don't have enough staff member to really guide us through the job-seeking process? Why is it that we're so thinly staffed? Well, we're so thinly staffed because we're locked down in the school boundaries. The second step beyond the new courses is I'm determined that we should pull down the barriers among the schools. So this is the impetus behind this whole idea of academic reorganization. Now, I want to say this is an administrative reorganization. Your degrees are not going to be impacted. Your accreditation is not going to be impacted. Indeed, for you right now, your curriculum is not even going to be impacted. This reorganization, we're going to take some time working it out. So the structure will not be in place until about a year from now, the fall semester of 2001. We could take almost an entire year to really work out how to do this. I have received some interesting questions from faculty and staff, and now you're here, ask me questions as to why everything was not worked out. You know, why couldn't we answer what's going to happen in minute detail? Well, that's not the intent. The intent is to have a framework out there so that conversations can happen, so that you can tell us how best to run this place, because you have done a great deal of work and you have led the culture change of this place very successfully, I think. Corporations and other organizations as well, what they want to know about you out there seeking a job is your ability to actually work in teams, to think independently, but work collaboratively. So this is your experiment. This is your great laboratory here. And this is a place where we can learn our lessons together. No, not everything has been worked out, and we don't want it to be that way, so that you can actually have a play in this place, and a very, very important one, so that you can look back when you're 90 years old on your rocking chair. You can say, yeah, back in 2008, I did this and that for the institute that I got my master's degree from. So I'm going to pause here and take questions. I know you must be thinking about this for a while, and I want to thank you for coming. It's a busy time already. Let me just say a word about the timing of this announcement too. I have an apology to make in that I had not really looked at the timing of Dr. Sundar Ramaswamy's and my joint communique carefully. We actually did not look at tuition and refund and such at all. If we had, we probably would have done something differently. The reason I didn't think about it, it just completely eluded me, was I didn't think that it would be an issue, because I really assumed and still believe that you will see that this is actually a good thing we're working with. So it didn't occur to me that anyone would want to walk out of here because we're going to change this academic administrative structure. Now, my fault. On the other hand, I also want to challenge you, those of you who immediately jump to the conclusion that this is a great conspiracy for the administration to lock down your pockets. No, we don't want to do that. Why would we want to do that? The only considerations we had was, number one, we didn't want to disrupt your start of school things. We had many things to consider: registrations, the add and drop, new courses to get used to, and so on. The second thing was we wanted to be able to immediately following this announcement to have available times for open meetings like this. And that's why we picked the day. Let's put that behind us.